If you don't know how to start, then watch this video. I'm going to share with you my recipe that works every time for easy card making. I will start with the background, and you are going to need a cover plate or an embossing folder, and then any of your layering dies that we can create a little panel where we will build the focal point on top. Now for the background, you can definitely use any of your cover plates as long as they are very generic in design, and here are some examples. Anything works really, and again, if you don't have cover plates, then just use your embossing folders, and for the top panel, then use any of your nesting dies. Here are some examples. You get to play with whatever shapes you have. The more complicated the shape, the more interest you are going to give on your card, but it can be a simple rectangle or even a circle. So the main idea is you use the cover plate on your background, and then on top you stick any of the panels. I will go with colored cardstock for the background, that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and with white for the top panel. So let's see the recipe in action. Here is a colorful background. I just went with red cardstock with my cover plate, and on top I'm going to stick my panel. You can have it straight at the center or offset or even on an angle. Then all you have to do is to stick on top your focal point. It can be a stamped image, it can be a die cut. Just look in your stats what you have and with what you want to play. Today, for all my 3 card examples, I will be playing with dies from the new release by Waffle Flower. If you like something, make sure to check down below in the description for all the links, and I will have a coupon code for you there, so make sure to check it out. Now I am going to create this little packet for seeds, and I'm just having fun here sticking all the pieces together. By the way, I use the circle to cut out the center, and I'm planning to do a shaker element. They are always fun to add on top of a card, and the shaker element always makes the card more special. So at the back I'm going to use some double-sided tape, and I'm going to stick my acetate. And then on top of that, I'm going to use my foam tape. I will go all around the circle just to make sure that it is nice and tight, so that my confetti is not going to fall out later on. I will go with those gems for the shaker element, and I went through my stars and thought that these gems that are green, light green, match perfectly with the cover that I used, the cardstock that I used. So that's what I'm doing. I absolutely love how it looks. And you can see how I placed it on top of the panel that I have underneath, just a little bit offset to give it some movement and interest. And I have another die set that gives me all kinds of fruits, which are perfect to combine with this seeds package. So I went with the strawberries. I'm going to put together 3 of them. These are going to embellish my card, and they look so cute. And the idea behind this card design is to have your background with some interest using your cover plate or your embossing folder on a colored cardstock, then to have a white panel on top that breaks that color, and then on top of that white panel you just stick whatever die cut you have. And you have a card ready. Now I love white splatters, that's what I'm doing here, but you can definitely omit that. I know many people don't like white splattering. So here are some close-up photos, and let's move on and make another card, again using the same exact recipe. So this time I used another cover plate with those leaves in the background. Again, very subtle design, very generic, works with any card. And then on top I'm using the white panel from another nesting set that I had. Because I love dimension, I do like to use foam tape in between those layers. And then just bring any stamp that you want to color, cut out and stick on top, or any die cut that you want to put together. Here I'm using again another one from the latest release by Waffle Flower, where I'm putting together this pot. For these 3 cards today, I didn't do any ink blending. I just wanted to keep everything super clean and simple, and just by playing with colored cardstock, I'm putting together my pot, and you can see how the dirt comes inside, and I'm going to use some foam tape behind the top rim of the pot just to have extra dimension. And then if you notice, I did cut out the plant twice, one from green cardstock and one from a lighter green cardstock, just to have some variation. I'm going to overlap one on top of the other, and you can see how I cut out all the leaves so that I can put them together in a different position. This way I'm making the most out of the same die so that those two plants don't look identical. This is going to make the plant look more full and fluffier. And I'm going to use some glue at the back and just slide it inside the pot. Looks awesome, absolutely love it. Then once you have your focal point ready, all you have to do is just stick it on top of the panel. Notice how I don't stick it at the center of my panel. I just like to have things off center. They look more interesting this way, but you can definitely switch up things if you feel so. I'm going to place my focal point there, and all I have to do to finish off my card is to add my sentiment. All the sentiments that I'm using today are from the same stamp set. You will find it linked down below. That matches perfectly the collection. Now we can stop here, or if you want, you can embellish by adding some splattering, or you can add some gems, or even I'm using my gold contour liner to add some dots here and there. And here is some afterthought. I do have this new set of plant markers which are perfect and super cute. There is the marker that I'm going to cut out from craft cardstock, and then you can have those tiny labels. I am just going to stamp one of the words. I went with the one that says smile. And then I'm just going to stick that on top of my label. Now this is going to add something extra. It's so much fun. I find that I will be using this little tiny set a lot because look how cute it looks. Absolutely adorable. So here are some close-up photos on the second card for today, where I used again the exact same recipe. And let's move on to card number 3. Again, same recipe. I'm using colored cardstock with a cover plate. Again, very generic design. For my top panel, I went with one of those tag dies. I'm going to stick it on top on an angle. You see it a little bit offset by using foam tape, and then on top of that I'm going to build my focal point. So I'm using again another new die set that gives you all those different sizes of pots that you can place one inside the other for a really fun focal point. And that's where you are supposed to stick it if you follow my recipe. So let's put together the focal point. I'm going to use foam tape at the back. This is going to hold all the pots in place. Again, foam tape on all those rims, or however you call those, for the top of each one of the pots. And you see I went with gradient colors for my pots. I'm just playing with plain colored cardstock here, no ink blending at all. And this is going to give a really clean and simple look on the finished card. But if you do ink blending on the pots, they are going to really pop and they are going to look really dimensional. So I want to try that style as well with a pretty much similar card design. So my pots are ready. I'm going to put them in place, and then I did cut out the plant twice from different colors, shades of green, so that I can have some variation. And now I'm just tearing little branches here and there so that I can have them popping from each one of those pots. And you can go crazy here. You can add as many of those leaves as you want. I'm even going to blend different colors in one, as you can see here, both light green and darker green in one area. And I'm going to finish it off by adding my sentiment again from the same stamp set that I used throughout the 3 cards today. I'm going to finish it off with some white splattering, and you can definitely stop here. This is nice and clean, but if you want, you can take it a step further. I'm using one of the markers that I used in the previous card. And then I'm going to use one of the branches with the tomatoes. So I cut out the tomatoes out of the red cardstock that I used for one of the pots. I'm just going to stick the branches on top. And I have my tomatoes ready. I do have some empty space on top of my sentiment, so that's where I'm going to place it. And I think the card is super adorable with those tomatoes hanging from the top pot. So here are some close-up photos on all the 3 cards that I made for today. I hope that you had fun and that you got inspired and that you will give this recipe a go. It is really guaranteed to put together a card really quickly and simply, but it always looks super nice.